Good evening to all. If you're just joining us, I want to say a pleasant good evening. And please share the video, please share the live, as some of my friends can say. Share it as fast as you can on your page. Hashim Famula, you're watching from Pennsylvania. That's good. That's good. Thank you for joining me. Marianne Tay is watching. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Thank you for joining me. Today, as members of the intelligentsia, and we often meet to discuss issues because we believe our level of intelligence will never allow us to be swayed. We'll give praises to where praises is due. And then we will, look at the truth and accept the truth because, hey, Henry Darby Lama, I hope DJ Blue is doing okay amidst the chaos that we saw today. I'm very concerned for the Honorable Representative of District 17. I see my man Daniel Sando watching. I'm about to dissect. It's 3 paragraphs and it ends with Leadership in Action hashtag. I have the utmost respect for Senator Conant, and that's why I'm beginning this podcast with you members of the intelligentsia by suggesting that we look at what Senator Conant wrote in the context of a question as to whether it is with sincerity or politics. And it's very short but interesting. It's written, in my honest opinion, you will be the judge. When we go through it, I'll be talking about other issues that has to do with, somebody say, you're sounding very low. You're sounding, then check your gadget, please. If I'm sounding very low, check your gadget, please, and maybe, you can look at it. But the senator is a good friend of mine. Politics, we all are there. And the senator asked the question, where is our president? He begins his write-up. Where is our president? Senator Conant asked in his write-up. I want you to take into consideration that a question deserves an answer. Again, a question deserves an answer. But we must look at why is Senator Conant asking the question? Where is the question born from? Why is he asking, where is the president? So, Sherry Jududu, how you doing? When I saw the post, I got attracted to it. And I asked myself, why will Senator Conant ask, where is the president, as if he does not know where President Bouaka is? Has President Bouaka left the country? Is President Bouaka away? Why would Senator Conant ask, where is the president? So, I thought to go ahead and read. And as members of the intelligentsia, we meet to discuss these sort of things. Many persons want me to comment on the Supreme Court ruling and my thought I'll give it to you at the end of this podcast. But I'd rather do a podcast solely on that, you know. So let's start with the first paragraph and go through a couple of sentences. We'll not do anything different, but I want you, the Liberians and members of the intelligentsia, to follow with me, please. Senator Conan wrote, the legislature had a challenging year. I agree with him that the legislature had a challenging year. I do agree with that statement because it ends with a comma, with no major laws passed and limited investment in the fiscal year 24 budget for the counties, our people, and the Liberian-owned businesses, leading to declining public optimism in the future. Now, I beg to disagree. I agree that the legislature had a challenging year. And the challenges can be felt even now with the impasse in the House of Representatives. So the challenges continues unabated. But you ask, where is the president? We have three distinct separate branches of government coordinating for the welfare of the state. That is understandable. But Senator Conan is a member of the first branch of government and understands the doctrine of non-interference in the affairs of. So if he's asking where is the president, I'm asking what does he want the president to do? So when I read it, they said the legislature had a challenging year, I agree, and it's still going on. But then he said with no major laws passed, which means he's not denying that laws were not passed, but he doesn't consider them major. So the first place, as a member of the intelligentsia, is Senator Conan trying to tell me that some of the laws passed in the legislature are somehow petty or simple laws. I don't think so. Because every law is a law, and every law is major in my opinion. But he refers to them as major laws. Respectfully, again, I repeat, respectfully, he continues and said, and limited investment in the fiscal year 24 budget for the counties, meaning not much was done for the counties. Well, the budget is a draft. The legislature is responsible for appropriations. We are members of the intelligentsia. It is the responsibility of the legislature to make the investment in the budget for the counties, not the president. Not the president. The president sends a budget to you. The law is expressly clear that you are responsible for making appropriations. Can anyone challenge that? No. So if you did not make the appropriation, why are you asking where is the president? What do you want him to do? Why are you asking where is the president? Another little part there is our people. Yeah. But your people happens to be the president's people. Actually, your people elected you, but your people also elected the president. So it's just that, why didn't he make investment into the budget for our people? No, your people are his people. It was your people that voted for you. They also voted for him. And the Liberian-owned businesses, meaning there were no investments for Liberian-owned businesses. There's always this public-private sector investment initiative and all of that stuff. That's good stuff. But what good will it be if the president puts it in the budget and you kick it out, or you don't pass it, or you take it out? It is the legislature's prerogative. It is their duty. They are obligated to do that. But he's asking, where is the president? He continues, leading to declining public optimism in the future. Well, now that we have established that the legislature is responsible for that, why are you asking, where is the president? As members of the intelligentsia, that was what I started thinking. So then why is he asking, where is the president? What does he want the president to do? If anything declines in terms of public optimism, given the premise Senator Conan laid, then we should be asking, where are the legislators? And that would include Senator Conan. We should be asking those questions about the legislators, not the president. Senator Conan continues. However, the fiscal year 25 budget has the potential for improvement if governance is handled correctly. So he's talking about a budget that is yet to be passed into law. And so he correctly states that it has the potential for improvement. But he lays a condition: if governance is handled correctly. Is he suggesting that governance is not being handled correctly? And if we go by his suggestion with the condition, then who's responsible for the governance of the state? Is it just the president? Or, given the responsibility of the lawmakers, law, oversight, representation, are they not involved too? Does the heavy lifting not rest on Senator Conan and his colleagues? You are members of the intelligentsia. He continues, it requires careful scrutiny to prevent political manipulation and ensure it genuinely benefits the nation. This means serious work. Well, I agree with the serious work part. But here is something. He said it requires careful scrutiny to prevent political manipulation. Well, it's left for you guys in the House. If you allow political manipulation, how does that implicate President Boakai? Or what do you want him to do? All right. We go to the second paragraph quickly. He said we need urgent action on the economy, which is sending mixed signals. The exchange rate, listen now, we need urgent action on the economy. which is sending mixed signals. Mixed signals say, go this way today, go to you know. Don't forget, Senator Conan was former finance minister. And if the economy, according to him, is sending mixed signals, where he qualifies it by saying the exchange rate is improving, which I agree with him, but prices are stagnant or rising, which again, I agree with him to some extent, because some of the prices should actually be coming down. Some have done so, but you cannot write politically and say it is either stagnant or rising. In other areas, it is dropping. Prices are dropping. He goes on to say, joblessness is increasing. If you say joblessness is increasing, meaning more people are without job. The ones that were without jobs before Bouakai took office are there, but the ones that Bouakai met there, they're already losing their jobs. So it's increasing. Understand the English. Joblessness, he writes, okay, is increasing. Well, then it means joblessness was dead already. And the people that had jobs are losing their jobs. Where is that happening in this country? How many countries, companies are closing down? And how are people losing their job? To what extent? To what degree? I don't know. Electricity is still scarce. I'm sure he's talking about in terms of the bigger picture of the whole country, that it is still scarce. What we need to do as members of the intelligentsia is accept Senator Conan's statement in good faith, but question the sincerity of it. He was finance minister when we spent huge amounts of money for the dam that only produces 88 megawatt, right? So if you ask where is President Bouakai, at least in his first year, President Bouakai has done, quote unquote, almost 1/3 of what was done throughout the previous registration by trying to mitigate this issue by breaking grounds, and the construction has already begun of the 20 megawatt solar plant in Mount Coffee to supplement the 88 that is there. You gave me $88 over all the years. And I came, another person came, and they gave me $20 to add to the 88. That's like 1/3 of the amount. 88, this is 20. No, 1/4 almost of the amount, sorry. Okay? 1/4. That's $80 is 4 20s. Right? 1/4. But it's 88, but I take it to be 1/4. So in his first year, let's get in 2 more years and see whether electricity will be scarce. Nobody will wave a magic wine and say, ooh la la, current should come today. But in the first 10 months of his presidency, he was able to negotiate and get a 20 megawatt solar plant. So yes, when you say electricity is still scarce, I agree with him, but it's from the time he was working too as finance minister. Nothing has changed in terms of its scarcity, but a great intervention has been made by President Bouakai. 88 megawatt in his first year, he's producing, he's broken grounds for a 20 megawatt solar plant that will be dedicated in October of next year. And the construction of the second hydro dam will be done under his administration beginning next year. Are we together? So, businesses are struggling and optimism is dwindling. Businesses are struggling. Optimism is dwindling. I don't agree with Senator Conan when he says businesses are struggling, optimism dwindling. What I think I can do is to say, Senator Conan, your statement is not tied to President Buhari. Your statement is tied to a narrative that is continuing in the context of businesses are struggling, optimism dwindling. If you sit in a country where Liberia, as it is, his budget that he's presenting, that is before you all, will see nobody making below the minimum wage. Police and other personnel will make $40 more than they did in previous years. The exchange rate, which you know to be fact when you were senator, okay, or before becoming senator, was 194. Today, it lingers between 176, 178. How can people not have optimism? The price of gasoline has dropped from $5.20 to $3.91. It's written on the pump carefully in his first year of his presidency. How can optimism be dwindling when opportunities are being created? When we create the atmosphere and the impression that nothing good is happening, so the fact that in our minds we think that nothing good is happening, we can draw a conclusion to state that optimism is dwindling. I don't think that is true. The people of Liberia have got hope. And they expressed that hope when for the first time, under a president, no car stuck in the mud for 2 weeks. Gasoline came down from $5.20 to $3.91. The rate dropped from $1.94 to $1.78. We could go on and on. The 88 megawatt, there's construction going on for another 20 megawatt. The two overhead bridges, work has begun. Demolition is ongoing. The laboratory, the highways, the roads. So I don't agree. Liberians are hopeful. Liberians are ready to see themselves moving. And that is a fact. Senator Conan continues, especially regarding the fight against illicit drugs that threaten Liberia's future. Can anyone look me in my face and say the drug situation in the country from the time President Buhari took over has worsened? Can anyone look in my face and say the drug situation in the country since President Buhari took over has worsened? Can anyone look in my face and say the crime rate has gone up? Can anyone look in my face and say the killings and robberies have all gone up? If anything, we should appreciate the LDEA. The guy came from the American embassy to help. He didn't waste no time. The LDEA has been working. But he tries to paint a picture that we need to be careful about. He says our failure, meaning everybody, including himself, to address and invest in the LDEA this year is a missed opportunity that endangers our youth and the country's future. Leaders must prioritize this critical issue. Our failure to invest in the LDEA this year. What can you do outside the budget? Let's look at the budget for next year. And let's see what Senator Conan will advance and place into the budget for the LDEA. But as it stands, the fight on drugs is so hard fought that no one can conclude that drugs infestation into our ghettos, that drug barons are running scot-free. No. Not happening, not in this administration. And we want to sing praises to His Excellency for a job well done when it comes to the drugs. Last paragraph. This is a call for decisive action and strong presidential leadership to restore order in the House of Representatives and move the country forward. You see, after the two paragraphs, as members of the intelligentsia, see where we settle in the third and final paragraph with the first sentence. He says, this is a call for decisive action, strong presidential leadership to restore order in the House of Representatives and move the country forward. When someone says this is a call for decisive action, it means a decision. You must take a decision. Okay? And strong presidential leadership to no amount of presidential leadership can restore order in a house that is divided and bent on being divided in terms of leadership. Senator Conan has his right. I have my right. You people got your right. Those people went in the House. They selected a speaker. And today, they say they don't want the speaker. Everybody have talked tired. They say they don't want the speaker. ECOWAS people came tired. They don't want the speaker. Church people, pastors, imam, they don't want the speaker. The same people that elected you say they don't want you. What leadership do you want the president to provide to restore the House of Representatives, or to restore order, quote, order in the House? What form of leadership? They've gone to the Supreme Court twice, and they will not break. My friends, we are members of the intelligentsia. And this is the sentence that brought me. I thought I should have shared my view on Senator Conan's writing. He continues, I am fully aware of the separation of power doctrine in the Constitution, period. If you are aware of this doctrine, then why are you asking for the president? What do you want the president to do? Because if you, by insinuating that you are aware of this doctrine, then it means you are aware that if the president attempts, he will be accused of interfering in the affairs of the legislature, which is a constitutional breach. So what do you want him to do, Honorable Senator? And so by your writing, you ask the question, where is our president? And in the last sentence of your write-up, you conclude in the first sentence of the last paragraph, you say that this is a call to decisive action and strong presidential leadership to restore order in the House of Representatives. No. The president cannot show leadership in the House of Representatives. It's a separate branch of government. And if he is seen to be doing that, it will be a constitutional breach. Come on. You say you are fully aware of the doctrine of separations of powers. But then, Honorable Senator, if you are aware, why ask the question, where is the president? Why are you looking for him? You are a member of the legislature. So, you would rather be calling the representatives of your legislative caucuses in the various counties to resolve the issue at the legislative level. You are the senator of Bapulu. Botokana is the senator of Bapulu. Call all the representatives from there and have a meeting with them. I think that's the first step. Instead of asking for the president. But as the 8th poorest country in the world, we can't afford to behave like a normal rich country. Okay? Let's find out where he's going with this. President Bouakar's success in the executive branch depends on a well-functioning legislature. I agree. He must unite us now, following the Supreme Court's opinion to make 2025 a better year for our country.